Kia ora koutou, hello, ko aotearoa ho. I'm Aotearoa and I'm sharing my process of writing my first novel while working full time. But aotearoa isn't my legal name, so why don't I use it?
A pen name is defined by Merriam-Webster as an author pseudonym, and also by Collins as the name that a writer uses on books and articles instead of their real name. I'm sure there are lots of reasons that a writer might use for a pen name, but these are some of the ones that I came up with. The first one is a desire to separate themselves from other existing works. So a writer who is already known for maybe a specific genre or a piece of work might decide that adopting a new name would allow them some freedom to explore the new project with some fewer expectations from their existing audience. The second one is work-life boundaries. A writer's work might be very separate from how they work and what they work on in their everyday life. Very few writers are, after all, making an income from their writing alone. There's actually a report from Horizon Research in 2016 which found that writers earned on average 24% of their personal income, or around 13,500 New Zealand dollars a year, from their writing. Some might find it helpful to have a writing persona that is distinct from who they are in other areas of their life. The third reason is barriers to using their real name. This has historically been a common reason for pen names among a lot of female writers who either struggle to get published due to gender bias, or who are publishing in a genre typically dominated by male writers. But there are plenty of other people from different communities who might also choose a name to overcome biases. Another reason is a desire to be anonymous. Some writers might prefer that their boss at their day job, or their friends and family maybe, just don't connect them with their published works for whatever reason. And the last reason I could think of that would be quite common for a lot of folks is that the name is already taken. There might be a writer out there who has quite a common name, or who shares a name with another established writer, and they might take a pen name on in order to stand out on their own.
So, my pen name is Aotearoa. It was my mother's name, so my great-grandmother, and she was the last wahine to carry an ingoa Māori in my whānau as her first name. I have never used an ingoa Māori before, and using a tupuna name for my writing and my work just felt right. I'm not sure why exactly. I'm not sure I even really feel a need to understand why it feels right. The best reason I can articulate for why I use separate names is that my writing is toi Māori, it's Māori art. I can't make it be anything else. It will always be that. I can't not be Māori.
As an aside, I wouldn't consider aotearoa to be a pseudonym. It's pedantic, but I believe that the whakapapa or etymology of a word has distinct connotations that affect the meaning imbued in it. In this case, pseudonym comes from a Greek word, which means bearing a false name. I don't consider aotearoa to be a false name. It's the right name, despite not being my legal one. It's just another noun that happens to mean me. My legal given name is the one I use in my career and personal life, and I don't plan on changing it. I also don't intend for my pen name to be a way of keeping my identity a secret. And I don't see my pen name as a persona separate from my day-to-day life. I feel able to exist as multiple things at once.
And so I want my work to be identifiable as from a Māori writer. That's all for this video, so until next time, noho ora mai, be well.